Welcome back to the Beardy Five Podcast, the only place where every week you get a boatload of bullshit from 2X Facial Hair. I'm Jess.
I'm Sid. Bring them on home.
Welcome back.
There we go.
There it is, bruh. There it is. Man, things popping off in the studio. How's your 2020 going?
It's going decent.
I've seen all these memes of like people getting the shit beat out of them.
Memes?
And it's like the one doing the shit beating is 2020 and the other one says me. Like 2020 is just beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
It's not really beating the shit out of me.
No, I'm it's not ideal.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
It's not ideal, but it works for what it is. You know?
That's like it's like what your old lady says. he's not ideal, but he works.
Oh, it didn't do it. Oh, wait, we're still turned down right there. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it did it. It just didn't do it just then.
Well, we're working with some new recording equipment. We're pretty excited about it.
It's like you said, it's like the old days.
It's like the old days when we were figuring stuff out.
It's because we've been sitting down here piddling for a little while now.
You put up a picture of the original studio.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Of the old shed, son.
So this thing, by the way, we got a couple, need I say sweet?
Very, very nice messages.
Kind messages.
Yeah.
From kind.
Kind messages from kind people.
Is that manly enough or is that kind of fruity?
We got some cool words said to us.
Yeah, because we had some cool words DM'd to us this week. It means a lot.
It really does.
Because we just do that. We're just doing this for fun. This is just funsies. It's for funsies.
And if we know that something we're doing for fun is something that y'all like doing for fun, like, that makes it all worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sorry. If your wife texts you, you text back, bro. Especially if she's like 8 months pregnant. I've done this twice already. I know how it works.
Third kid, son?
Third time's the charm. Third time's the last time.
Is it, though?
It's the last time, yeah.
I said, what are you going to do if you have another one? He said, get a divorce, I guess, because it ain't mine.
Well, that's the last time, if you know what I'm saying. I just winked at the camera. Anyway, the messages that like any message you get, you feel good.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine like The Rock might get sick of it.
Yeah, but I don't.
I don't either. It would take me a lot of like, thanks, man. That's all. That's what feels good. They're not like kissing your butt. It's like, thanks, man. Thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Like, I'm just trying to have some fun here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just in my basement. Like,
we're in your basement with some recording equipment, just having a good time, having a few brews.
But we do spend a lot of time on this.
Yeah.
Like, we try beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, once you sit down here, this is all natural.
We do a lot of prep work.
Yeah.
Not like practicing what we're going to say, but prep work as far as like our recording equipment, the camera.
So, we used to do the 5 movie list when it started back when we were in the shed. So first we had the shed that we
the top 5 movie countdown created by 2X Facial Hair about a category in cinema.
That's what you're always one with the hooks. You're guilty as charged with the hooks.
Guilty as charged with the hooks.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, Jess always came up with the hooks, but that's what the first hook was. We would write down, for those of you, season 1's deleted because there was a few of those. We got too litty.
Super trash.
We got litty. And we're professional people. We can't be doing that.
We have a business.
We have families to feed, okay? And when people, so when we first started, we just get litty and record it and put it out.
Yeah.
And then we started realizing that people were listening. And it's like, wait a minute. This is not just for us. People are listening. We better delete some of this crap.
And not only that, but people like from other companies that we work with were listening.
That was the biggest wake up call. It was 2017.
Yeah.
We'd been doing it for almost a year, maybe less than a year. And this guy from another company came up to us. He was another general contractor. He's a pipe contractor.
Yeah.
Guy comes up to Jess and he's like, "Hey, are you guys the Beardy Five?" So this guy is from like downstate. He's from way away from here, and he's just up here for this job, and we're working alongside each other in conjunction as companies. This company's huge, you know. They're like, and Jess calls me that evening. He's like, "Hey, man," he's like, "We've got a problem." he's like, "These boys from this company over here they know who we are now."
And the thing is, he was a younger dude. Like, he was a little bit younger than us.
He was just out of college.
Younger dudes, that's all they listen to his podcast.
Right.
And he had heard every episode.
Right. And that at this point, there wasn't, you know.
We were 30 episodes in.
Yeah, we were 30 episodes in. We didn't know that anybody was listening.
Yeah.
And when Jess called me and said that, I was like, listen, we're going to have to end this season, start a new season, delete the first season. That's the only way we could think of doing it.
So we went about 25 more episodes and then did that.
Yeah. The first season went about 50 or
53 episodes.
Okay. 53 episodes. I edited the first 26 and then I passed it on to Jess.
Yeah.
I specifically remember editing 26 and then not doing it anymore.
Well, see, that's why I remember 53.
Because that was the last.
Because that was the last episode of the first season.
Okay.
Because we said we were going to go for a year, but we missed some weeks.
Yeah.
So we went for 53.
Yeah.
And we made those weeks up.
As a bonus.
Yeah, as a bonus. We did a lot of ghost pods.
There you go.
Ghost pods?
Well, so this is how it started. This
is how this podcast started.
Yeah. So we were doing the top 5 movie countdown, and we did that, and then we would get together and we would just start talking, and we recorded it. And we're like, man, this sounds a lot better than a top 5 movie countdown.
And we called them Ghost Pods.
Yeah, and that was a cool name.
Yeah.
That was an awesome name.
Yeah.
Like, the most fun part of this is coming up with the funny names for stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Ghost Pod. That's stellar, son. That's stealth. That's what I meant, stealth.
But then it got to the point where we did so many Ghost Pods, we had to come up with something else.
Yeah, and I don't know, saying Ghost Pod, that's one of those things that doesn't mean anything to somebody listening.
No, it just sounded cool to us.
But it meant so much to me.
Yeah.
Like, so much. If you made me a t-shirt that said Ghost Pod Guy.
Shouts out Mark from Renegade Graphics.
Like Ghost Pod Guy. I mean, I'm going to cry. Ghost Pods? And we told the story, it was like the second or third Ghost Pod, we told the story of Leroy Miller.
Leroy Miller.
Yeah, and that's the point.
A legend in his own right.
A legend in his own right. Is the Leroy Miller story still up?
No, that's first season.
Damn, if enough people want it, we need to retell the story of Leroy. He's a real person.
I mean, all you gotta do is send us a DM.
Anyway, this old boy, yeah, if I get one DM asking for the Leroy Miller story,
we're telling it.
I'll come out with the Leroy Miller special.
Leroy Miller, son.
That's awesome. So anyway, when the Leroy Miller hit, I knew it was time.
Yeah.
I was like, Jess, we gotta, and Jess will tell you, I was always trying to switch the name.
He was all about the name change.
Well, so when anytime you start something like this,
what if we changed it to Band of Brothers?
That would suck.
What if we changed it to Sid Show? Okay,
so the point behind the name.
No, you were always wanting to name it keywords that people would search very easy.
Yeah, I was all in the search results.
Like whatever the top Google search was that day, we should name it "How to Get Your Lawn Down to a Quarter of an Inch."
I was ready to whore the name of this podcast out.
We should call it Slapstick Comedy.
Well, I was ready to. And so it started off, we wanted it to be something about us. So we just came up. So since we're just going through the history, it started off, we came out with 2 episodes or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And you remember what the first one was?
Top 5 movie villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won that countdown.
So we came out, so we would judge each other's list and see, battle it out to see who won. It was a little bit crazy.
But it was also, it was a decent concept.
It was a decent concept. Little did I know at the time that every other podcast is about movies.
Yeah. But, and not only that, but we watch the same movies.
Yeah, it's we like movies. We watch a lot of movies, probably more than most people.
Yeah.
But it's all movies that we've already seen. Most of the movies I watch now are movies that I already watched.
Yeah.
I watch Martin Lawrence movies. I watch
superhero movies.
Yeah, superhero movies like Jurassic Park. Cool Runnings. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like that's about it.
Speaking of old movies, but this is a new movie, Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys is really good.
Bad Boys for Life is...
Oh, I hadn't finished it. Don't tell me. We talked.
No, I'm just saying it was... It's one of my favorite new movies now.
It's a great movie. It lived up to the hype. So this is kind of how the last podcast went. We talk about let's say we were talking about the top 5 villains. We talk about, and I would give my point why this guy was better than that guy.
Just for instance, who did you have for your number 1 villain on the first one?
It was the guy from Titanic.
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane. That was my number 1 villain.
His number 1 villain was Billy Zane. And I was like, nah. The Joker.
You had the Joker.
And Sid was giving me all these points, and the minute that I won it was when I got my phone out and I played a compilation of Joker laughs.
That was cool, man.
Yeah.
But the only thing was, we recorded in this outbuilding that I just built at the house.
It was a woodshed.
It was a wood shed. It had like a floor where you could see. It had a good floor for a shed, but you could see the ground below it.
Yeah.
Like it sounded like shit.
You had a push mower in there, a weed eater.
Damn chainsaw knocking you in the face right there.
We recorded on a plastic table, a fold-out table,
Yeah.
with camping chairs and a Zoom H4n with no microphones. We just used the mics on the recorder.
Wasn't that awesome though?
You could hear the crickets outside.
I remember that.
They were such sensitive mics.
That was awesome though.
It was a badass time.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. And I remember when we put it on the podcast app and I could like look at it on my phone, I was like, wow.
We've made it.
Yeah, and I like was doing yard work and listening to it in my headphones over and over and over.
Yeah.
We got like 5 views the first day. I listened to it 4 times, and you listened to it 3 times. It didn't even pick up 2 of them. I mean, yeah, and it was terrible.
But it was such a good time though, and it still is. That's the fun part about podcasting, is the more you get into it, the
more
funner it gets.
Yeah, and that's my point. Like getting a DM like that, it makes it so fun.
Oh my gosh.
And like some new equipment like this, it's just for us. Like we're not going to make any money, but that's fun.
It's
Messing
fun.
with this new equipment.
So we set out to record a podcast at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
It is now nearly 10 o'clock,
Oh my gosh!
and we're recording the podcast.
Well, we've been messing.
But that's the beauty of
That's
it.
the beauty.
Is that we've just been down here tinkering.
We're back to the basics.
Yeah.
I feel like we went uptown. We painted the studio.
Yeah.
Got a camera, got some lights. Put a couple 11 by 14s back here. 11 by 14 for real. That's what that is. We went uptown. Now we're back at our roots.
Back to the roots of just figuring shit out.
Man,
Old school, son.
It's a good time. And we used to do. This was last season. We're gonna have to do that this season. Did a podcast on your porch.
Oh yeah, the porch pod.
I love them porch pods.
and I like a good truck pod too.
A truck pod. Now, the truck pod concept came from if we would not get to record during the week.
And we would record at 5 a.m.
Before we'd get together before work, whether it was raining or whatever, we'd sit in the truck and talk to each other. I always felt like those were the shittiest podcasts until they came out and I listened to it.
Yeah.
Like while recording it, they sounded like crap.
Yeah.
When it came out, I was like, man, that sounds like a good time. I could get down with this.
I want a coffee.
Yeah. Man, those are fun. We're going back to our roots.
We're going back to the roots.
We're going to do a truck pod. In the rain. Not right now.
Okay, good, because we just got this new recorder.
We tried to record a podcast on the way to Nashville the first time for
Oh my gosh.
for Luke's bachelor party.
It was awful.
So you and I got out of work early.
Yeah.
And we left on early. And which maybe not considerate, but
nowadays we say that, but back then everybody was trying to go early.
yeah, and we were excited.
Now we're like, okay, let's get a van.
Yeah, now we all ride together and it's much more convenient.
Yeah, and it's much more fun.
Yeah. It's more fun. It's more fun with a crowd.
Especially with old Gamble riding with us.
if you're in a crowd, if you're going with a crowd of people you can't stand to ride in the car with, don't go with them.
Yeah.
Beardy 5 tip. Also old school.
Also old school. Beardy 5 tip of the day.
So anyway, we were going to Nashville the first time, and we took the mics in the truck with us, and we tried to record on the way down there.
we talked about The Undertaker for like 5 minutes.
It was so shit.
And then I read road signs for about 15
It
minutes.
sucked.
Like you would be mid-sentence and I'm like, ooh, I-40.
It was the worst.
It was a terrible podcast.
Well, okay, so here's what we did. We got down there way early. Got in the house.
Like 5 hours before everybody else.
Got hammered drunk. Ate a pizza. Passed out. Woke up right before everybody else got there and pretended like we've been awake the whole time.
And kept drinking.
Yeah.
And finished recording the podcast. That we never put out.
That we never put out. Some of those, people would shit if they heard those. They're really funny, but after a certain point, it just gets stupid.
Yeah.
You know, you get dumb.
Well, and I'm keep trying to think. You used to make fun of me so much for my first intro and that top 5 villains one, because I was like, welcome to the Beardy 5. We're a movie podcast, and we're going to talk about movies and do a top 5 countdown.
Oh, gosh. So Jess he's always trying to be the intro guy. Like,
I love intros.
Like, that's his thing. And that's good for me, because I'd rather be the second guy that comes in with the first line, you know. We kind
You
of
want to be that hot tag.
I want to be that hot tag, son.
Yeah.
It all goes back to wrestling. You can
Yeah.
relate everything to wrestling. I'm that hot tag.
Yeah.
Like, if you and I were a tag team,
I'm going to get the heat on me.
you're the first guy in the ring for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm going to get the heat on me, and then that's when I'm going to come crawling. And then I'm going to make that dive, and you're going to get like 5 clotheslines in a row.
Well, what I would do is I would grab that top rope, back up, let it slingshot me over the top rope onto somebody, frog splash.
Yeah.
And then you roll out of the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay?
Why don't we wrestle?
Because it's a mess. Man, speaking of wrestling, I saw The Rock. He did a Instagram Live the other day. Like 40,000 people just watching him eat a pineapple. Did you watch this?
No, but I watched him. He sent like a video message to Triple H because it's his 25th anniversary in the WWE.
Okay.
He was just talking about old times with Triple H and stuff like that.
Now, you know, some people, you're like, wow, time flies. For me, like, Triple H has been there for like 50 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he's been there a long time. Just 25 years?
And that's just in the WWE. You got to think he was in WCW before that as
Paul Levesque.
Terra Rising.
I thought he was Paul Levesque.
He was before that.
Oh, my gosh.
But then they changed his character to his first name was Terra. His last name was Rising. Terra Rising.
So anyway, the Rock was eating. He was sitting out on his like back deck there, drinking his Tremana.
Yeah.
You know, his new liquor.
Yeah.
What if we had a liquor, man?
The Beardy 5 liquor?
We ain't made it till we get us a brown liquor.
That's the thing. All these celebrities are coming out with white liquors.
We need us a brown liquor.
We need us a brown liquor.
Or if we come out with white liquor, let's come out with white liquor. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking? You talking shine?
White liquor,
Shine
bro.
a light on me.
White liquor.
Called Shine That Light on Me.
But anyway, he was eating pineapple with chopsticks out of this cup.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so cool. He's sitting there, takes up the whole phone.
Yeah.
You know, with his shoulders, had the Rock patch on his zip up,
Yeah.
and was eating pineapple, and then he'd mix it up in the shaker, drop it in there, drink his Tremana, and answer some questions, and it was awesome.
And he's so, like, not to kiss the Rock's ass or nothing, but he speaks very well.
He speaks really good. That dude can do anything.
Yeah.
But you know, the whole time I was watching, I watched it for like 15 minutes. And all I was doing was him sitting there answering questions. All the questions on the live were about wrestling. Like, wrestling fans are rabid.
That's because, I'm telling you, wrestling fans are the most loyal fans you'll find out
I
there.
know.
And like me, like, I really don't like what wrestling's doing right now. Which, obviously, it's a hard time for wrestling. They can't have any fans in the arena. But I still watch.
I think they can down south now, right? Can they not in Florida?
No.
South Florida?
No, they're still doing empty arena Raws and SmackDowns.
We turned on the empty arena Raw the other night, and the kids were like, what?
Yeah.
Bitch.
It's very different.
What's this? I was like, shut up, kid.
What's going on here?
So, another Beardy 5 tip that I just figured out right before the podcast while we were tinkering. I never know how to get rid of stink bugs. Like, any way you do it, if you smash them, they stink. If you don't know what a stink bug is, y'all don't live far enough south. If you smash them, they stink.
You don't know what a chigger is?
A jigger. Anyway, my favorite thing before was to throw them in the toilet.
Yeah.
The turlet.
So you could watch them drown?
Yeah. Put them in just keep you a bottle, a stink bug bottle, like a water bottle, and leave a little bit of water in the bottom and put them in a stink bug bottle.
Not only that, but if you ever get pissed off at somebody, that's your stink bomb right there.
Son.
You get that some bitch half full.
That would stink.
Open it up and just leave it in their truck.
Speaking of half full, you remember sunflower seeds? When we all used to spit those sunflower seeds in like a bottle like that?
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it.
I didn't know how. I never figured out how to get the sunflower out of the seed.
You never figured out how to get the seed out. Of
Yeah,
the sunflower.
the seed out of the shell.
Because you would
Do you
always.
know how?
Yes, that's how I eat sunflower seeds. I put a wad of sunflower seeds in, and I just get it between my teeth and pop the seed out.
In betwixt.
Yeah,
Old school.
In betweens. And Sid would get a handful of sunflower seeds, put them in his mouth, and just start chewing like hell. and then all at once you'd see him over there just spitting wads of chewed up
You have no idea how many sunflower seeds have been stuck in my gum or the shells
the shell because you just chew them.
I've tried my whole life. My whole born life to eat sunflower seeds. Never have I been successful. And then sometimes, like what I would do if I first got a bag is I would get one.
Yeah.
In betwixt
In betwixt your teeth.
In betwixt my fingers.
Oh.
And break the shell in betwixt my teeth. And then physically with my two thumbs, open the shell up and then grab that thing out with my tongue and eat that seed. And then I would dispose of the two separate hulls.
Yeah.
Whatever you call the shell of a sunflower seed. And then I would just finally, it would get to where I was like, man, this sucks, like eating these one at a time. There's not very much in one of these shells. So then I'd just shove it all in there and just go to crunching, son. It looked like I was eating bugs.
I tell you, just Beardy 5 tip of the day. If you want to eat some sunflower seeds, just get you a good chow of it, good jaw full, and then just pick out one at a time with your tongue. And you know how sunflower seed looks like a teardrop. Mm-hmm. Put the pointed end of the teardrop pointed back toward your throat.
See, I never did that.
And the fat end in between your teeth, and then just bite down gently, and you'll feel that seed start sliding out. And then you put the seed over here, and you chew on it, and you're good to go. And then you pop the next one.
That's pretty good.
I'm telling you, I'm a sunflower seed aficionado. Aficionado?
Aficionado?
Aficionado t-shirt.
I'm a sunflower seed aficionado.
I'm not. And we're back.
Wait. And we're back.
And we're back in.
How about that, bro?
We're back in.
What'd they say? They said we're back in.
So, let's...
That wasn't the first podcast we ever recorded, though.
Oh, my gosh.
The first podcast that we ever recorded
was a truck pod.
It was... So, what we had done, we were in my truck coming up the mountain, and the needle wasn't working on the truck or something.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
So, it showed half full, and I ran out of gas.
It was an 07 4-door long bed Chevrolet.
Duramax diesel, bruh.
Yeah.
Diesel, bruh. And we ran out of gas coming up the mountain.
Yeah.
Ran out of diesel. Ran out of fuel.
Ran out of good diesel fuel.
So we had to call Jesse's old lady to come and bring us some fuel. And in the meantime, we recorded a podcast on my phone.
And the thing is, my wife, she's great at playing the game 20 questions. Because I was like, we need some fuel. Can you bring us some? Why do you need fuel? Because we ran out. Why'd you run out? Because the needle don't work and we didn't know how much was in it.
That's life.
What do I need to bring it in? A jug. Where do I get a jug? Off the back of my truck. Like she does that for everything. Like, I'm going to poop. Why do you need to do that?
Because I ate about 3 hours prior.
And I'm like, damn, 20 questions? And then she laughs at me, but come on, man.
Damn it. I just spilled some beer on me.
You want to go watch a movie? Why do we need to watch a movie?
For entertainment. Why do we need to be entertained?
Shouts at wife.
You know, another thing, a meme that's been going around is the $1,200 meme where you're like, I'm having trouble hearing myself. Can you hear yourself? Hello.
Can you hear yourself now?
No, can you hear yourself?
I can hear both of us really good.
That's weird. Hello, hello, hello.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, we're good then.
Okay.
I'm sure we're good.
Yeah.
I just can't hear. Say something.
You boys are us.
Say it again.
Yo.
Okay, I hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
That's not going to translate well. You have to edit that shit out.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, you see all these memes about the $1,200 for house hunters. Like, I just got $1,200 stimulus money, and I'm looking for a house for $6 million.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But it's true though, like that show Fixer Upper. Like those people will go on there and be like, "Oh, I'm a school teacher and I'm a freelance photography artist. Our budget $7 million
Yeah.
for a fixer upper."
Yeah, and they're in like New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, I would hate to be.
No,
paid.
they're always in Texas.
Yeah, they're in Texas a lot,
Waco, Texas.
or in Canada. They're in Toronto.
That's a different show though.
What's that one?
The fixer upper is always Texas.
Oh yeah, Fixer Upper. I'm talking about House Hunters.
Yeah.
Man, I used to watch the hell out of House Hunters.
See, I used to watch Fixer Upper.
That's like
my house is a fixer upper.
That's like the gayest thing about me.
Yeah, me too.
I used to watch House Hunters. I used to be all into HGTV.
Do you remember what was the show? Family Edition something.
Family Edition.
Where that move that bus.
That was Extreme Home Makeover.
Extreme Home Makeover.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And like they would always see it and start crying and shit.
Yeah.
I bet that was like Pimp My Ride.
Pimp My Ride was super disappointing when we finally found out that it was fake.
But don't you think home makeover would be the same? Like the taxes went up on the house, the electricity bill went way up on the house.
I don't know how that goes. You know they're not getting paid anything to do the show because somebody's fixing up their stuff. I'm sure they're having to put money down.
But see, that's where Fixer Upper pissed me off too, was because if you wanted the furniture that old Magnolia Farms put in there, you had to buy the furniture that they put in there, separate from the house.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, it was a hell of a business model for them because everything in there was something that they made.
Yeah.
So that was a good deal. But if I got my house fixed up and then I had to buy the furniture, I just tell them, y'all take this. I'll go to Big Lots.
Yeah.
And I got my house fixed up.
Exactly.
Speaking of, I bought I don't know if you remember this, when we bought the couch for the podcast room, which I don't know if people have seen yet because it's only been us two, but now we can record with more than
No,
two people.
they've seen it because you put up that one of us and Mark.
Okay. Renegade Graphics. Shout out Renegade. Sponsored. You do the thing. Do it.
Shouts out Renegade Graphics, the only place where you can get the most comfortable shirts for the most comfortable prices every week.
Renegade Graphics. Get that hitter. That is so loud.
That's so loud.
I don't know if it's coming through so loud on the thing. That is so loud. HGTV was all about inside the house. They never talked about outside the house. I used to like that one that was Do My Backyard or something. Like,
Yeah.
What was that one called?
I can't remember.
Backyard Rescue or some shit.
Yeah.
I used to like that. Because you can make like a little place in your backyard.
They
Got it
put your
fixed up.
fire pit out.
Oh, they put you a fire pit out?
Yeah.
Now that's boss moves right there.
Yeah.
To have an outside, and they always wanted to entertain.
Yeah.
Like all these people, like this stuck up ass old lady would be like, yeah, this is so much good for entertaining. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody coming to your house to be entertained.
Well, and that's why I don't think I would ever make it on that show, because the only people that come to my house are you.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, I'll come to y'all.
Yeah.
You know, don't be coming to my house. It's a mess right now.
Because it's a mess.
Bring your brooms.
Nobody cares that much about entertaining.
No.
I feel like that was a stock line.
Yeah.
Like like they told them, like you remember to mention that you're going to be entertaining because this is how we sell our shit.
Yeah.
You know, we back.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we were talking about. My kids came downstairs. What do you do?
And they recorded a show. Which mainly the show was going, I hear you.
So I hadn't, like my kids, they come down and they see all this stuff, this equipment in this back room right here.
Yeah.
And they're always wondering like what's going on. But they never really come out and ask.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to get old enough. They're going to be like, what are you doing? Like what's cracking down here? Like what's popping?
But what are you going to tell them?
I just tell them it's business.
You're just going to have to tell them we're recording a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, they don't know what that is right now.
Exactly. But when they do.
When the time comes. Like some people have to talk about the birds and the bees. I have to tell them that their dad's a podcaster.
And you're just going to have to say subscribe.
What if they think I'm a loser?
Leave a 5-star rating and a good review.
It rained. It's rained for like a week straight.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was starting to get to me, and so we started recording this podcast.
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
We're working with some new equipment again, so we're doing our best here.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Anyway, like I enjoy mowing, but like I don't have a passion for lawn care.
Like Pops?
Yeah. Like
Pops mows 3 times a week.
Yeah, like he was asking me like, have you not fertilized? And I'm like, no. I don't want to fertilize. I don't want to mow more than once a week.
Exactly.
Like I love this. I love for my yard to be striped up and looking real good.
Once a week.
Yeah. But I don't need it. I don't need it growing super fast. And I don't care about the thickness as long as it looks good. As long as it's green and looks good.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But like, that's what I say. Like mowing is it's a chore. It's a fun chore because, you know, I like to ride on the mower. That's fine. It's a fun chore. But I don't have a passion for lawn care.
Well, and see, he gets on to me about, like I'll mow my yard and then I will park my mower and that's the end of my day. He mows his yard, then hooks this little brush thing up to his 4-wheeler and goes over every stripe again to catch all the grass. I'm not going to catch all my grass. Once I mow, it's there.
It's out there. It's in the yard. That's where the grass stays.
But see, what I do is I lift my little flap up on the side where it spreads it out.
See, I leave mine down. I feel like I lay neither line leaving it down.
See, I don't.
But what I'm saying is, like, I do enjoy firing up the mower and getting out there, you know, putting on my headphones. And that's a good thing. Those 3M headphones that you get at Lowe's that you can hear your music in, but they're noise canceling too. Like you showed me. Those are awesome.
Those are badass.
Yeah, and I can just get lost. But lately I've been mowing with a sweatshirt on. Like, that's for the birds.
Yeah.
Because it's been like 50 degrees out here. And
I like mowing in cutoffs, son.
Yeah, I'm out here mowing in 50-degree weather. That's for the birds.
I like mowing and my legs get a little itchy because I'm mowing in shorts.
And I don't know about you, but you remember last year, it seemed like every time I mowed in the rain. You remember that?
Yeah.
It's like every time I mowed, like I would mow just, like I would have to mow this day. That's the only day I had.
Yeah.
And I would mow in the rain, and it would be caked all over the deck of the mower and all this crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I backed the mower up there and raked it off with a...
You do that with a lot of stuff, though.
Well, like with what?
Like that one day that you had to get the tractor started, but you had to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. So you like, come over here and help me. And we were taking pieces off of the tractor. And it was like 9:30. And you was like, I have to get this started today. And I was like, why? He was like, I need to move it.
Well, I get to a point. I get to a point in my mind where I'm like, this has been out of commission too long. It's just like that gravel that we spread down there last weekend.
Yeah.
Was it last weekend?
Yeah.
What a beautiful weekend we had. And we did all kinds of work, and now we can't do anything. It was good weather.
Yeah.
But anyway, that gravel had been sitting there. We got some millings. If you don't know what millings are, it's milled up pavement that's like ground up. And we were lucky enough to bring them back here to the house. And when you roll them out, it's just like pavement.
Yeah.
So we were putting them down around our barn. We have a communal barn down here. Not a communal.
A brotherly barn.
A brotherly barn, yeah. Communal. I don't want the community in the barn, bro. No. It's a brotherly barn.
Yeah.
So we got that, and
T-shirt.
What?
Brotherly barn.
I don't know if that's a T-shirt.
That's a T-shirt, son.
So anyway, I'd had enough, and I was on to Jess. I was like, we got to get this rolled out. And he's like, why this weekend? Why right now? It's like, man, it's been sitting down there for it had been like a couple years at this point.
Yeah.
And we kept thinking, like, y'all don't understand. Like, this is like gold dust. Like, these millings are like gold because we know how good it looks when you roll them out. It's much better than gravel.
Yeah.
And
Because when it packs in,
it looks like
it's
pavement.
basically asphalt.
Right.
Yeah.
Asphalt. There you go with the technical terms.
Yeah.
So anyway, we was going to try to come up. We was going to build this little parking lot in the field or whatever. And then I was like, let's just spread it out. And Jess got it done in like an hour or two.
We went and got the little mini hoe.
We'd sat on it for years though.
Just so people don't think I'm talking about a woman. It's a miniature track hoe.
Oh, some people call it the Mini X.
Yeah.
The mini excavator.
I call it the mini hoe.
If you call a track hoe an excavator, you might be a douche.
Yeah. Or I just call it the 305.
Yeah, but that's if you're at the point where you're really involved with
Or the little hoe.
the little hoe. The little hoe.
I hardly ever say mini. I say little hoe.
But in the books, in the pamphlets,
It's a
Is it
305E excavator.
is it pamphlet or pamphlet? Pamphlet.
Pamphlet? Ain't it?
Is it P8 pamphlet?
It's not pamphlet.
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 Let me see. Not pamphlet.
Surely it's not pamphlet. Did you check out the pamphlet on the new excavator?
It's pamphlet.
Yeah, it's pamphlet.
A small booklet or leaflet containing information or arguments about a single subject.
Leaflet. Who came up with that douche ass word?
Oh, why would you? The definition says containing information or arguments about a single subject. Why would I argue in pamphlet form? Like I ain't arguing nobody over pamphlet.
That's like arguing in a brochure.
That's like that's like the ultimate passive aggressive bitch.
That's being a douche.
Don't send me a pamphlet with an argument. I don't need that shit.
I'm gonna send you a pamphlet, and you're gonna open it up, and it's just gonna say, "This is bullshit."
Yeah. Well, it would be bullshit if somebody sent me a pamphlet.
A pamphlet, son.
And by the way, I mean that's a waste of paper because if you're no, really, I mean
We cutting down trees for the wrong reasons.
I mean if this is 2020,
We're deleting everything Mr. Beast has done.
Mr. B 3000. So anyway, a pamphlet was like back in the day. It was like for essential information, just the bullet points.
Yeah.
Well, right now, I don't need the bullet points. I've got way more than the bullet points on my phone here.
You got Wiki.
Yeah, so don't send me the bullet points.
Yeah.
By the way, Wikipedia's always asked me to donate. I feel like I should because I get so much information.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what are you donating to? Because anybody can go on there and change the information.
That's the thing. It's not a clear mission.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'm donating to the one guy running the site that's not completely.
Somebody could type in Volkswagen Beetle, and I could go on there and say it's a German bug that flies around and eats dung.
Could you?
Yes. Anybody can go on there and change information.
You don't have to be approved subscriber.
I would say you have to be approved. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or like if you've been a douche too many times, I'm sure they'll take you off.
Yeah.
The only thing that gets me jacked to be a yard enthusiast is these Home Depot commercials. I'm serious.
Or is that AutoZone?
No, that's Home Depot.
Is it?
Boom, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, shh, boom, boom, bam. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That makes me want to go out there and do the damn thing. Like I'm ready, bruh. I'm ready to do the damn thing.
That's the power of the Home Depot.